Them talk say, make we off mind, but thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego die the political, oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Not day off in mind. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary political, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not day off in mind, oh, yo, yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Today, oh, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́.
Rògbòdìyàn, I call it rògbòdìyàn, going on, especially on social media, concerning this UK immigration, as well as an interview granted by a JJC who has become a travel agent on YouTube. We want to talk about it tonight.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number
one. And ladies and gentlemen, if there's any better time to arrest Buhari, this is the better time. Tell them.
Lórí Facebook.
Just got out to leave. Buhari just sent another loan request to the National Assembly. He wants to pay judgment debt that runs into hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of millions of pounds sterling, and hundreds of billions of naira too. Last minute cash outs. We'll talk about that as well. Share this broadcast. Yesterday, the news was that Supreme Court, for no kind of reason given, decided to adjourn the case that could have either make or mar Tinubu's inauguration. And that is the case of disqualification of Tinubu by the Supreme Court. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what happened? They said the justice that was supposed to give the judgment, yes or no, disappeared. And right now, there are rumors that there is a circulation to all of the courts in Nigeria and the judges too. They must not entertain any case that has to do with stopping Tifnubu's inauguration. You can still share this broadcast, by the way, please. My brothers in charge, Niger Republic, they will defend me if Nigeria come for me. Why is Buhari kind of reiterating this? Why is he always kind of referring to if Nigeria come for me? If Nigeria come for me. Niger and Chad, you will know more tonight. Today, good evening to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live. But call this part preface, something you first read before you read the main content of a book, right? Mayegun's diary political. There is this saying here that if you don't tell your story, other people will tell the story for you. And you should never complain when they make some alteration and falsifications as well. On Mayegun's diary political, that we call the Temple of Truth. The resources that exist on Mayegun's diary political is the people. You know why? It seems that, or should I say, we've kind of agreed that Mayegun's diary political seems to be the melting pot for all Nigerians, whether you are for or against whatever is going on in Nigeria. You kind of find a way where the whole situation is kind of well analyzed and balanced. But in the long run, you get to know that anything that has to do with the government and their people are not in any way welcome on this platform. We are biased towards them that way. Because you know one thing that is so kind of bad that people talk about Nigeria is the corruption. Oh, corruption, they are so corrupt. Man, everybody is corrupt. And all that saying, right? And therefore, they kind of agree that everyone has a price. So there is this kind PTSD that normally kick in every time you stumble on a platform that seems to be saying the truth, that seems to be rare and very rare these days. So that PTSD will set in and be like, once they give me money now, it will change his story. Once you give he's looking for what to eat and the rest of that. So poverty of the mind, which is so evident in the lives of many Nigerians. And because of who they are, it is easier to project same. But when you come on to Mayegun's diary political, it's a different experience entirely. The existence here is proven times without number, right? That, integrity actually exists. People can see something all through and through, and build trust on it. Mayegun's diary gave that. Therefore, this platform became a platform that is more or less like a gold mine of knowledge, information, support. What is it that we haven't done on this platform? What is it that you haven't done for people you probably don't know or you will never know or meet? Humanity. Something that gets you feel so concerned. There is nothing that Mayegun talks about that a lot of you don't know about. What is it? The news, the politics, the politicians, Nigerians. Or what is it that Mayegun talks about that you don't know about? But do you know the difference? It is only on Mayegun's diary political where you will get to understand even deeper the content beyond the headlines, the politics beyond all the free words, where you'll be able to connect what they are doing or what you are doing, how what you are doing affects you and affects everyone around you. Possibly, if you know better, maybe you will do better. A conscious platform is what Mayegun's Diary is. It is a platform that we can go to bed tonight and wake up tomorrow morning and decide that we want to support people we don't know, the victims of bad governance in Nigeria. And guess what? People always have that connection and motivation to support. Now, why am I saying this to you? There are so many times a lot of people who have stumbled on this platform are surprised how much sort of trust, belief, and kind of coexistent brotherhood that exists here. The Igbos are not attacking Yorubas. How is that possible? The Yorubas are not attacking the Igbos or attacking Fulani or attacking Hausas needlessly. How is that? Yeah? These religious divisions and everything that existed in Nigeria, they don't really exist here. When you see a stray goat or a stray dog that bumped into the platform and started misyanning, then you see everybody will just come after them. Whether you wanted to promote religious fanaticism or those who actually, who come from that your religion will be those who shut you down. How did they do that? Is because if you are lying to yourselves about Nigeria, which a lot of people do anyway, if you are lying to yourself about Nigeria all the time, if you are telling yourselves that maybe now your sin that is causing the problems of Nigeria, the moment you get onto Mayegun's Diary Political, you have a second thought. You have a new thought entirely. You begin to question things that you have been told. And this somehow radicalizes you politically. You begin to question everything, something they don't like. In Nigeria, they don't want you to ask questions. So what does that mean? You, the people here, became the resources that has continued to kind of spread, even if they won't give us all the credit. So when I tell you that this platform is rich, it is not that you're Nigeria rich, money. Because you're rich or wealthy, wealthy in Nigeria is about money. But then you realize that if money was the problem, Nigeria won't be in poverty today. Here you get. You can print money and do all that. But the greed, the selfishness, the self-centeredness, and all that actually exist in every Nigerian until those who have managed to change themselves. So when you come onto a platform like this, what you get to see is the pure kind of honesty that is rare, that will kind of get you to start thinking, I don't think this guy is real. I don't think this guy will last. I don't think blah, 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 blah. So my wealth of this platform is the people, you, who have managed in this whole madness, in this whole division, in this entire chaos, you still manage to keep your sanity. On Mayegun's Diary Political, if you think, this is not impactful, probably you just joined here. I thought I should say that to you. Somebody was wondering why would, okay, let me put it this way. Somebody said that if Mayegun's Diary Political is, is financially free, like it will want everybody to believe, then why is he asking people to buy him camera? I was like, if it's about money, well, I could afford my camera. There is no rush. You know why? Because I have gotten to that stage, a stage whereby the quality of the content that pop up on your screen after years of dedication and support should at least prove that this time is worth your time. Something that we have kind of come to get used to, haven't we? Then when I'm talking like this, and you start seeing the flickering and blackout and all that when I actually know why. So I've gotten to that stage whereby my equipments are not equipments that you can just say, oh, I'm just going to go and buy another one. You just don't go and pay £3,000. Do you get that? And I wasn't in a rush. But because I have the quality people on Mayegun's Diary Political, the moment I mentioned that, I didn't even ask you to buy me one. No. And I remember our lady that called in and said, Mayegun, I've been so worried about this blackout, all the time. Tell us, we are going to pay for it. I was like, oh, you will save me money for it. And good enough, because of the wealth that this community has kind of built. Today, I have paid for that new camera. So we are likely going to have an end to that flickering and flick out, right? On this platform, we raised over 50 million naira in over a year to support people that are victims of the same bad governance, bad leadership, injustice in Nigeria. Many of them we've never met and we will never meet. They've never seen us. They don't even know us. Do you get that? In a year and a half. So it's not just talking. We have reached out to families who have become victims of the poverty that we talk about in Nigeria. Thousands of families, especially in Yoruba land, have been supported. The wife, you remember the wife of a soldier who raised the alarm that Buratai the butcher was sending Nigerian soldiers. They will recruit them. After 3 months, they will send them to go and meet their death in the hands of Boko Haram. And he raised the alarm. Martin said, Idapani, you remember him? Raised the alarm and he got arrested, right? This platform came through for his family. And since that time, even till this time, right, the family will continue to wonder, or they are still wondering, like, how did that even happen? Now, this is what we have managed to do on Mayegun's Diary Political over the years. We bring out what is wrong with Nigeria. We connect how this actually affects you, whether you are for them or against them. It doesn't matter. You are also going to be a victim, sooner or later, right? Then we go as far as even fighting for those who are falling into their injustice in Nigeria. It's a community, right? So if people turn around and be like, Mayegun, we will do this for you, I'll take it. And I'll continue to do that. And at the same time, continue to support those who are indeed victims of a failed Nigeria. A failed Nigeria, especially in the last 8 years, I've seen the exodus. You know what that means? The exodus of young Nigerians, young and old, rich and poor Nigerians, scampered out of Nigeria. In the last 8 years, those who are graduates, who have been jobless, a lot of them decided to start looking for every opportunity all over the world just to get out of Nigeria. The ones that are more pronounced are those who are like professionals in Nigeria, professional bankers, professional this, professional that, doctors, medical practitioners, teachers are being given special visas by the United Kingdom to leave Nigeria. And in the space of 8 years, they have taken more than 60,000 professionals from all across different fields in Nigeria to the UK and to the rest of the world. Nigerians have left even more than ever. And we all know why. As the economy of Nigeria continues to dwindle, even people who have money, things became more scary. That some of them at first, they were sending their wives, their children, relocating them abroad, getting all manner of visa to all different kind of countries just to get them out of Nigeria. Everybody knows this. Things got bad. Others who couldn't make it through that far, they perished in the Sahara Desert. You see, there is something that I actually want you to know tonight. There is nothing going on in Nigeria that the rest of the world don't know. Nothing that happens I live in the UK. I live in Scotland, not even in London. And everything that happened in Nigeria, except those that I'm not interested in, everything that happened in Nigeria for every minute, if I miss few minutes, I can catch up. In Nigeria, even before those of you who are trapped in no light, no network, in traffic in Nigeria, before you can even get the fling of the news, the world knows what's happening to Nigeria and Nigerians. The world knows about, finding every means to get a visa and get out of Nigeria. Everybody knows about, you using education, student visa, and the rest of that to get out of Nigeria. But one thing you should know is this: none of all those things happen by accident. If they gave Nigerians visas, student visas, that allow them to bring their families to you are escaping poverty or whatever calamity that is going to befall Nigeria. At least you and your family, to your tent to history, Abi. But you don't know that those who are giving you that visa, they have that plan and arrangement for the numbers of you that are going to come. The moment that number skyrocketed, they know what to do to cut it down. You see, the rest, and you see, determining the numbers of you that will go to their country and the number of you they will give their visa to, and on what category, whatever, listen to me, is determined by them and by what is happening in Nigeria. Here you get. So Nigeria kept getting worse and worse and worse, to the point that those who even had money, they had jobs. I'm talking about those who are having jobs, who had jobs, who were working fine. Some of them are watching me right now. They are still in Nigeria, but they have their visa already. Canadian visa, US visa, UK visa. They are watching me right now from Nigeria. So it's not new. As Nigeria economy continues to downturn, the rest of the world, who are also suffering from recession too, UK has been suffering from inflation. Living cost crisis. We have been battling with that for almost 3 years now. Jobs and all of that are not as available as they used to be. But UK government, they know the sectors that need people, and they need the money from these foreign, visitors. So they sit down, they will design a visa, and they will target those they want to target. Once they have the number, they will close the shop, design another visa, and that's how it has always been. Canada, everywhere. And when they give you their visa and the money you are going to bring with it, they've already multiplied the money with the numbers of you coming. They've checked their social amenities and all of that. In most cases, because they are politicians, they don't give a damn about social amenities. And that is where the locals, those who are in the country, will start feeling hostile to, and too many Nigerians, too many Indians, too many foreigners, and all of that. Politicians don't care. They target that money, they target those people, their money, as well as a particular sector. So in this case, as Nigerians are making terrible choices, and Buhari continue to destroy Nigeria, even the rich started crying. A lot of them relocated. They are not jobless in Nigeria. They are not suffering. But they've weighed all the options. They couldn't lie to themselves. They started looking for options. And what are the options? Student visa. Move your family. Or do you have such amount of money? And then you relocate properly. Or get this and that. So in Nigeria, the come and travel industry is massive. We all know that. But no matter how high or how terrible Nigeria is, or how desperate Nigerians want to leave Nigeria, for UK, for Canada, for anywhere they want to live to, they are still not even as rich as the Indians. Nigerians who are getting traveling visas to all parts of the world, major countries, or US or Canada, or Europe here. When you look at the numbers, Nigerians, they have merely maybe third or fourth. Yes, we are massive, no doubt we are, but we are not actually the highest in the world. Nigerians are not the highest people who travel to the UK, who get UK visa that came here. No. India, the Indians got the more visas to come here. Yeah, student visas. And they also have the same visa. They could bring their families and all of them to come to the UK and study, then they will work. Do you understand? After working, maybe after a year or two, then they will have a chance of extending their stay, their visa. And they will also get a work permit for those time. And they will even have a chance of doing their masters or maybe postmasters or whatever. Anything that will shall keep you here. As long as you are working and you are paying taxes, if it's comfortable for you, spend your money. You will not have any entitlement to public fund. I have been in the UK for 11 years. By June, it's going to be 11 years that I have been in the UK. They told me clearly that I am not entitled to public fund, even if I lose my job, even if my family have no food to eat. I will have to go and beg for food or go and go to the food bank. I am not entitled to anything. And this is a country that I have actually worked officially for more than 8 years, pay taxes. I'm talking about real taxes. I'm talking about real jobs here. 8 years. But if I lose my job, that I can no longer get a salary or draw a salary, that's it. I'm not allowed to take any job. Take any money from the public fund. But whatever contribution I have made, now if I want to use the NHS in the UK, the healthcare that a lot of you are hearing about, if I want to make use of it, anyone here, I had to pay for it. You have to pay for it as part of your visa. Even though you are working and they are taking their taxes. Whenever it is time for you to renew your visa or your residency, you will pay for the NHS. Whether you use it or whether you are not using it, it doesn't matter. Whether you have a partner that is British, British. Hey, he marry Oyinbo to get papers. It's so popular, isn't it? Oh, he go marry Oyinbo to get papers. But the real thing behind it is pretty much like a pure exploitation. But a comfortable exploitation, something you can be like, nah. It's far better from where I'm coming from. Not even when where I am coming from are getting even worse and worse, because those who are there are comfortable with their chains. So what do? You acclimatize. You try and make more money so that they don't mean anything to you anymore. So it is not like a UK, Britain is doing you or anybody any favor for giving you visa. But here is the problem. As much as the rest of the world are also looking for opportunities all over the place, and they are making their contributions into those economies. In the UK here, when they targeted all the professionals from Africa, Nigeria make the highest list. Nigerians makes more than 25 to 30% of those who are holding NHS together. Even when British, who are British themselves, are no longer comfortable with NHS pay and the treatment and that they complain about all the time. 50% of those who are working in NHS, specialists, doctors, and all of those that even your politicians come to the UK to see, they are foreigners. They are not British. These are people who are making huge contribution into the health sector of the UK. So, targeting foreigners and all of them to come to the UK is not today, it's not new. But there is a problem. A problem is that in 2019, Boris Johnson, right? Boris Johnson during the local politics here, okay? Boris Johnson contesting for prime minister promised to cut down immigration down to 300,000 foreigners. I mean, all immigration, like all foreign visas, whether for student or medical, work or anything you want to come and do in the UK, you and your family, 300,000. That's the number they will give to the world. And he used that as a campaign here because the parties like UKIP or Labour and others, they are pretty much like aligning with the people who are complaining of foreigners coming in to take their jobs and they take cheap pay. They won't allow them, because in the UK now, it has gotten to a stage that, people would rather just go and take government money. What do you call that again? Benefit. They would rather go and take benefit than go and work their asses out and get paid peanuts. So you get. Imagine the living cost crisis that we are facing right now, and you get paid 1,500 pounds sterling a month. And by the time you pay your rent, by the time you pay your electricity, by the time you pay this and that, you barely have money left for food, talk less of transportation. But meanwhile, if you decide that you don't want to work, you are jobless, you may be drawing close to 1,000 pounds in a month, and government will be paying your house rent. So a lot of their own children, their people here in the UK, they will choose rather not to, rather than waste and work in so many jobs. So they are now complaining that foreigners who are coming here are ready to take the jobs. But they are not willing to. But those are just the few ones. But when you talk about the real jobs that run the economy of the UK, the foreigners control them, expertise and professionalism and all that. But now when a turn to the JJC where they come from Nigeria, Boris Johnson that promised 300,000 mark, as in 300,000 visas a year by the end of 2022, when Boris Johnson is kind of gone himself, UK has issued 1.2 million visas. Okay, hang on. They have issued about 400,000 visas for students and more than 800,000 dependents. Dependents are those who are following them. Once they give you the visa now, your husband, your children. So you know what people are now doing? When they check the tally, I'll show you. When they check the tally, right? India, China, then Nigeria. These are those who they gave visa to. In fact, what am I saying? It's not even up to 400,000. I think they said 263,000 or something. Anyway. Now look at it here. Indians, they gave Indians under this same arrangement, they got 80,635 student visas. And their dependents were 139,539. See that surge in their own number too. You see that increase, which means, okay, let's go to the second one. The second one in 2021. Sorry, Nigeria, the second one, which is China, in 2021 and in 2022, right? Then Nigeria. Now, if you go to where's the other one? If you go to the right, one sec, the numbers of sponsored study visas issued and the main applicants. So when you now go and check on their dependents, that's where you see that surge, right? So India, China, they take the lead. But when it got to that of Nigeria, Nigeria was like third, okay, with 53 or so thousand visas issued in 2022, but 163,000 dependents. So you know what happened? Of course you know what happened. But you see those who got under this scheme and they came to the UK after the pandemic, suddenly, because like I said, in Nigeria, come and travel, come and travel. It's hot cake now, anywhere but Nigeria. Even if not Sudan, they are ready. Libya, no matter anything what you say about Libya, some people are boarding the bus tonight on their way to Libya to go and cross to Europe. I have been hearing that since I was probably a little boy, that people are leaving Nigeria through Libya. But it got worse under Buhari APC. Egbe. So those who made it here, they suddenly became travel agents on social media. Like I said, Nigeria is not the highest number of people getting this visa to the UK. But Nigerians are the professionals on social media. The moment they land at Heathrow like this, and they look around and say, UK, the following day, hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you want to travel to the UK, this is how you have to do. You need this. Let me teach you how to get your visa to UK. Let me come and teach you how to get your visa to Schengen visa. If you want to travel to this and that, they became YouTubers straight away. If you want to come to UK, you need to go and get an account. You go and put some deposit there. You don't need that money. You just need to take it, blah, 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 blah. In fact, we can put 4 people to you. You will say that you have 5 children. Those children are another people's children. We're just going to attach them to you and build a family. They're saying all of this thing on social media. Sometimes I will open the Twitter. I will just be like, ay, chai say. My friend, I landed in UK a week ago. Now, this is me. I am shopping in Tesco. Look at this can. This can in UK is 60 pence. So if you want to come to UK, you can even start doing this international trade. I can get you visa to come to, Kilo day. How should you UK ni? There are Nigerians who travel to America for the same thing, student visa, this other visa, visa. And some of them have become American resident card holder right now, in 2 years, in 3 years. But we are not seeing them. Okay, there are some. They say those ones now, the ones where they complain about snow. After landing in Canada, after 3 days in Canada. Hi, guys. You are welcome to my YouTube channel. This is snow, a white snow. It's like when something is ice is falling from the sky. Do you know what snow is? Honestly, this is snow white. Do you want to import snow? My friend, all of you in Nigeria, you don't know what we are facing in Canada. Imagine what we are facing here. It's not easy. That is why we have to make sure that in Nigeria, we Akilo day after a week. I think that was how BBC discovered Tiamiyu. There's a guy called Tiamiyu, MD, who landed in the UK through the same program. According to what we heard, now Tiamiyu wife, we don't know if he's really married. Tiamiyu and his wife, Tiamiyu's wife got a student visa to come and do student in the UK. And because of the kind of visa she got, she can bring her husband, not your boyfriend, so that you can sit down here and say, well, okay, what do I need to do? You're married, Now all of these things, Oyibo knows them. They know all these things. But if they can find somebody stupid enough to come and validate what they already know so that they can use that to placate the public, the UK public, and say, yeah, you see what we are doing. Even some Nigerians are confirming this. They even gave us all the evidence and all of that. Meet Tiamiyu. Tiamiyu na dependent too. From what I heard, though, in case if Tiamiyu is watching, Tiamiyu, MD, Uri eti back gate. Oh, serious. Uri eti checking Uri eti back gate. People have been traveling out of Nigeria on different available visa. And it is all for one thing, what Nigeria cannot offer. If you can get it elsewhere, go. That's what that has been in existence. The worse Nigeria become. In fact, the UMD, ABMD during a dependency. No, now under that visa, as a student, you can bring your partner, your husband. If you have children, you can bring them too. If you say you have 5 children, once they give you the visa and you put the names of all those children in your application and your husband, once they give you your own student visa, automatically your husband and your children, there is one application for them that you just have to submit and their passports, and they will give all of them the same 2 years or 2.5 years visa. So what people now do is that the person that get the visa, if not the husband get them, the person will come first. I'm talking about our ambelong. No be all of you where we say you kind of in Nigeria where you are rich. We ambelong, we have to plan it. It's like oríire kan remi, èmi gangan lóríire kan, oríire kan Ìbàdàn, èmi gangan lóríire kan, oríire kan Jẹ̀bú, èmi gangan lóríire kan. We dey do Thanksgiving. People like us, so just say me I no get church that time anyway. We dey do Thanksgiving. We dey yigba pe yika to yika osi in front of Irumole Egbeje and all of this. Visa UK, life changing. No be the same people came to the same Nigeria. Muwaleru. At the end of the day, also today, who are those who are collecting the stolen resources of Nigeria? So if they are getting something from Nigeria, if you are coming here and getting something from them, what is bad in that? Give and take, Abi. But it seems like it won't be. Anyway, so they gave you visa. You will come first. You go to that school, you register, you do everything, studentship, everything. You find a place to stay. And then you begin to look for work. 20 hours a week. I mean, hours that can never probably feed you a month when you pay all the other bills. So what people do sometimes is that they will put all the resources together, their resources. Husband and wife will come and leave their children. You are allowed. It is that visa that allows it. So UK knows that. And if you can bring all of them at the same time, fine. But the schools in UK, the colleges that you see, all those fine colleges, some of them are just roadside schools. So, some of them are just one single building like this. So, are you with me? This university, that college, £7,000, £12,000, postmaster, by master degree, master degree, at all those things, sha. But they need that money. Somebody said because we left EU, UK has been facing serious financial crunch. You may be right. You may be right. But nevertheless, you see, as they say it in Yoruba, orori were, ofa, orese were, obu. Now person wey get sense go put a whole head down for you to shave. You see what a madman head to shave, you know, shave arm. You can't look for smart person to shave. Easy, go easy. So Nigeria is sold to UK, Abi, and then they will take it. They will take their chances, won't they? But nevertheless, people know they shout elsewhere. This same package, they Canada. People, they go Canada like say people, they go Cotonou. This same package, they US. There are so many other countries in Europe where even people have been offered like free. Come and join us. Come here. Because what they want you to come and do eventually is to stay, learn the language, and start working in their system. I mean, you don't know how many people will die for Koro. You know how many people die for Koro in Europe? All of these things have affected the same economy of the West. So people, they find their ways and get out. But when they go to these people, same beneficiary who arrived UK in September 2022, last year September, OTD, hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you want to go to Canada, if you want to meet the guy. So his name is Tiamiyu. Back in the days, people started kind of, yeah. The Tories, conservatives, the conservatives in the UK, one of the things, among other things, that are likely going to make them lose the next general election. Rishi Sunak, the leader of a conservative, the reason why they are likely going to lose the next election, apart from the economic downturn, including the double-digit inflation that we have been facing for a while now. Immigration is also one of the problems. So, immigration, the channel crossing, and so many other things like that currently. So they need to give something to their people. So the same setting that they kind of breached themselves, they didn't go for the Indians. They didn't go for the Chinese. They went straight for the Nigerians. And they found a JJC that couldn't tell them, at least, Tambie who ask you. Watch this. That's in a BBC interview. I'll see if I even still have them. I think I do. Listen to this.
Overseas students bringing dependents to the UK. It will mean foreign postgraduate students can no longer bring family members with them unless they're studying on specific research programs. The announcement's been made 2 days before official statistics are expected to show net illegal migration has hit a record 700,000 this year. Our Home Editor, Mark Easton, reports.
Lights, a front room in the West Midlands, camera, a YouTuber helping Nigerians come to Britain, and action.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy E to the M.
Among MD's hundreds of videos are guides on how to get a student visa to come to the UK.
Because there's new information regarding the student routes to the UK.
Last year, a fifth of international student visas were issued to Nigerians, 120,000 people in total, half of them students, half their dependents. But MD believes many are actually coming not for a new qualification, so much as a new life.
So the student thing is not real. It's not like they need the degrees. They need the degree as an access route to come into the country. So a lot of these people get their priorities shifted real fast.
So it's really about getting into the UK.
Exactly.
And then not about the
education.
job, hopefully.
It's not really about the education.
Nigerians have a word for what's going on here. Japa, escape, doing whatever it takes to leave Nigeria and start a new life somewhere more prosperous. And Japa may explain why the Shropshire town of Telford, with its University of Wolverhampton student campus, now has more than 300 Nigerian residents.
Tiamiyu Tambie. Somebody said, but Mayegun, I thought you said we have to be very... You don't get it. A guy who opened a YouTube channel to help Nigerians to Japa. Yeah. Then I had an interview with a government-sponsored media, BBC, UK. And he started telling them how they are doing it. Not because they don't know, not because they didn't know. They do. Oyibo know everything you are doing, Baba.